Hello, everyone. Welcome to NKBA Live. I'm Bill Darcy. I'm glad you could join us for this important edition of our live webcast, Brave New Business, where we'll talk about KBIS Virtual 2021. Today's episode is generously sponsored by Deep Drawer, a digital marketing company that specializes in services for the remodeling industry. I'm happy to be joined today by my colleague, Suzie Williford, NKBA's Chief Strategy Officer, and Patty Dominguez, Vice President of Architect and Design Sales for Cosentino, North America, as well as Matt Jones, Senior Manager of Brand Experience and Design for GE Appliances. Two longtime exhibitors who will chat with us about how they are maximizing this new virtual format and perhaps even a sneak preview of some of the ways they'll be presenting. Just a bit of housekeeping before we begin. As always, this episode qualifies for 1/2 CEU credit for our certified members. And you can watch episodes of this and other Brave New Business webcasts on NKBA's YouTube channel and at nkba.org/Brave New Business. I know we'll have some time for questions at the end, so please type those in the Q&A function at the bottom of your screen. KBIS is the industry's launching pad for new products and initiatives, setting the stage for the whole year. Many companies gear their entire promotional calendars to KBIS debuts and now have re-envisioned those into a virtual format. When we made the difficult decision to transform KBIS to virtual, I know we were all very disappointed. But in the past few months, after seeing this cool technology and platform that's hosting the show, I'm convinced that this will be a fantastic experience for our industry. The show will take place over the course of the week of February 9th through the 12th, and that's 4 days instead of the usual 3, because we know a lot of you will be still conducting your own businesses during that period, and we want to give you some extra time to visit the virtual booths that our exhibitors are developing. This technology is remarkable and will present products and innovations in a really cool way. Suzie and I will be kicking things off with an opening celebration on February 8th at 4 p.m. Eastern. We'll have a lot of fun things planned and a few special surprise guests, so we know you won't want to miss that. I'm also really looking forward to the State of the Industry address this year with our special guest speaker, David Kohler. I think there's really no one better to hear from during this unique time in our industry's history. This will take place Tuesday, February 9th, immediately following my State of the Association report to the membership. Everything kicks off at 12:30 p.m. Eastern Time. You can register and be sure to save your seat at kbisconnect.com. Just click on Register Now, and you'll receive a welcome email to complete the process. The background you see behind me and Suzie is the virtual stage on which we'll be conducting some of our events. It's actually much more sophisticated than this Zoom background you're seeing here, with a more immersive augmented reality technology at work. And so I wanted to share with you a super quick look to give you an idea of what we've been working on for you.
That's pretty outstanding. I get excited every time I see it. Bill, I told Bill earlier, we can't show too much today because we don't want to spoil the big reveal at KBIS. You know, we're going to have many of the other great and informative features that you've come to expect from our KBIS experience, including wonderful panel discussions on the next stage, our incoming class of 30 under 30 honorees. They'll be touring the booth virtually for the 30th Choice Awards. And there'll be plenty of opportunities for interaction and networking, which of course are going to be different this year, but we'll have some fun surprises up our sleeves that will give you a chance to connect with your colleagues. And even in this virtual space, you'll feel a connection. We also are going to conduct our chapter officer training on Monday, February 8th, virtually with an online general session and several guests who will offer terrific tips to keep the chapter meetings engaging and robust, as well as solid business advice for all of our chapter officers. We'll have a slate of about 60 webinars as part of our Voices of the Industry conference, which is always in high demand and qualifies for CEU credits towards maintaining your certification or just even improving your professional development. The cool thing about this is it's a one price, $350 for the session, and it'll be available on demand through March 31st. So that gives you every opportunity that you could possibly want to be able to tune in and take advantage of each and every session. That's something we're very excited about. Now, we all know that KBIS is going to be different this year, right? But we are approaching this challenge in a way that will expand the vision and the reach of it. We are implementing strategies and have developed tools to elevate the trade show experience, not only in this all virtual environment, but also for future events than the events that we will have virally. We know we'll never go back. I mean, it's now going to be a part of our world here forward. But today we want to focus on brand participation in KBIS and how to get the most out of the experience for maximum exposure and return on the investment. That's why we've invited these two terrific guests who have been not just longtime exhibitors, but also very active participants in KBIS initiatives, supporters of the show and its various events, all of our programs, two really involved companies.
Absolutely, Suzie, and we thank both Patty and Matt and your respective companies for the unwavering and longstanding support of NKBA and KBIS. Let's begin with you, Matt. We know how product introduction is so critical, one of the most important opportunities for exhibitors at the show. How are you handling that this year?
Yeah, no, that's a great question. First, I'd like to thank you, Bill, and Suzie for having us, and Patty for joining me here as well. So what we've really done is we've kind of taken a multi-layered approach, and we're doing something what we've been nicknamed phygital, which is basically trying to mix the best of what we do in the physical world with what we're trying to accomplish digitally. So at the beginning of all this pandemic, I and the team, kind of saw where this was going. I said, hey, go out and attend any event. I don't care what it is, a book reading, a concert, a trade show event, whatever it is, go see what it is, see what works, take notes on what doesn't work. We all reconvened, come back. And so, what we've done is really kind of taken all of that and mashed it together to create a truly unique experience that we're really excited about, to be able to push out these new product introductions that, are so important for us to get out into the vibrant NKBA community.
Thanks, Matt. That sounds really cool, and we're excited to see it. Patty, for you, you and I spoke, before we canceled the in-person KBIS, and I'll always remember that phone call, the empathy you had for me and the NKBA and the show and everyone. But you also said on that call, "Don't worry, Bill. Cosentino will help make this amazing for the attendees," and that was very, very comforting in a very traumatic time for us. So can you tell us, or tell the viewers really, what's the most exciting part about KBIS for Cosentino, and what's been the biggest challenge for you in the virtual format?
Thank you, Bill. First of all, I just want to say to both you and Suzie that kudos to you guys. I know you have put endless hours with you and the team and NKBA and KBIS in what you guys have done. And I know that Matt, I've seen some of the stuff you guys are doing, so congratulations. And I just want to say that for us, the most exciting part of KBIS has always just been the anticipation of having the ability to show our products, and then being able to show, we work all year long and trying to get the best of the best out to you, and then having the opportunity to just simply see all of you, to be able to connect with our friends, to be able to make those connections, which is what we're all about with Cosentino. It's not just about having a booth, it's not just about having our material, it's about being able to talk to all of you and be there. And so that's always been the most exciting part for us. And then the most challenging part, as we all know, is when all of this happened. Yes, you and I spoke and I said, we will be there no matter what. And here we are, but it has been hard. We made sure that our team in Spain and in the US all knew that even if we were not going to be live at KBIS, we had hardcore deadlines. And I know Matt and I talked about this, and it was like, we needed the brochures, we needed the material, we needed everything to be on time and ready so we could start shooting and so we could start providing you the best possible experience so you can see all of our new products. And, here's a little peek of sort of what our entry lobby will look like. You can see our products, and as great as it is to be virtual, the challenge is that you're not touching and feeling. And so that's the hard part, but we're doing the best that we can. And I promise you, we'll be having fun, and we will be there to answer and to be there for all of our guests that usually would be coming down the booth.
Thanks, Patty. I know we will all miss the personal connection, and especially the hugs. And as you were doing that, I'm thinking, I think we've yes, you won't be able to touch the product, but we've all gotten so much better at being able to buy things that we see online. I mean, if it wouldn't have been for online shopping, we wouldn't have had a Christmas around here. So, I think that we've had enough time here that people can still have a great experience seeing all of your products. And it's a beautiful area. Matt, GE is, of course, part of the Hire family and includes Cafe, Hotpoint, GE Profile, and Premium Monogram brands. And y'all have had one of the largest physical booths the entire show in the prior years, and looking forward to 2022. And last year you won for the best large booth design. Tell us about the way you're presenting in your different microsites and ensuring cross promotion in other areas of the KBIS Connect experience this year.
Sure. Yeah, that's a great question, Suzie. So, winning Best in Show in 2020 was great. It was a wonderful way to kick off the year for our team. Really gave a big boost to the internal employees and excitement over what we put together out there. And then, what we're really trying to do is we've created a network of microsites. So I've got 13 microsites, one for each brand, one for different segments of the business. I'm participating in the Builder Show as well. So I've got to kind of mash KBIS and iBiz together a little bit. So I've got Aaron Water and Smart HQ that are sitting in the iBiz space as well. And so, as you as an attendee, you're going to be able to come in and navigate through any of our brands. We've got a menu bar at the top and then a menu bar at the footer that shows all of our house of brands, so you can click through. But we've really tried to make this a multi-layered experience so that no matter how you want to consume the info, no matter how deep you want to go, we have a pathway for you. Whether you're a designer or a builder coming in, you're going to get a custom personalized experience as you go through. And so, we're really excited about it. I'm here, what we did in mashing into our phygital space was we created 11 kitchens, and I'm here with 2 of them in the background. These are 2 of the 3 profile kitchens that are in this space. And, I can show a little video right now of our GE space. So, what you'll be able to do is we created these spaces, and then we used a technology called Matterport, which is used in the real estate industry, to show the interiors of homes virtually. So we've done a Matterport of every kitchen and space so that you as an attendee can dive in. There's information on the product. We'll have information on the design, the inspiration. All of that is right there built into that page in that brand. And then you can navigate through the space through every one of our brands. So
wow.
It's pretty amazing.
It is pretty amazing. Actually, I'm very impressed and fantastic. And I'm really looking forward to see it. But now I'm even more excited, because that effort, doing it the best you can do, is going to make this a great attendee experience. And that's what we're looking for. The other thing that's really cool is all the people that'll be able to go. So, Patty, to you, collaboration is just so important in our business. And I know Cosentino has made great connections, not only with the attendees, but you've also done a great job of collaborating with other brands and programs on the show floor throughout the years. How are you maximizing your connections with the entire community in this virtual format?
First of all, wow, Matt, that was awesome. Congratulations. That's so cool. And it does make you so excited to think that we can actually dive in right there. So I think to answer your question, Suzie, the collaboration is something similar to what Matt just showed. At the end of the day, our products, they complement each other in so many ways. And one of our main things that we do at KBIS is find that these type of partnerships, such as GE, or a partner, in the area where they might need our product, we might need their product, and collaborate within. At the same time, virtually, what we have also found out is that we can go in and transfer you from our booth to another booth and give you that experience if we're showing their product or if they're showing ours, or if we happen to partner in several ways. So we've been doing that with some of our partners, and I think that's going to be exciting, so that when you're talking to someone, and if I'm showing a GE appliance, I can say, and here you go, you can go to GE and find our friends there. And I think that has made the difficult part of not being able to be present, be able to collaborate and to continue collaborating, because this is just the beginning. And, you touched on this a minute ago, and I want to go back to that. And it is the fact that it's exciting to know how many more people are going to be able to see our products than before. And not only the people that maybe the whole office that can't go to KBIS to see our products, but even more so the people that also work for our companies that were maybe not able to go to every show, and now have the excitement to be able to see some of these partners that we always talk to and partner with in their showrooms locally, and be able to find them and find our products there or theirs with us. So I think that connecting with the other brands is so essential, and it's always been a huge part of what we do at Cosentino at KBIS.
What's interesting to me too is, I've spent a lot of time with you, Patty, and in Spain and in Mexico and in the US at Cosentino events. And I've always blown away by the technology and the videos you all do. And it's so intense and inspiring. And that was, without thinking about what we were about to, get into here with our virtual world. And then Matt, what you've invested here to make a commitment to this is so inspiring. And you all are what makes this event. We create this platform, and what the attendees come to see is this cool, what you've invested in, and super cool. And we're really excited for the weeks ahead. So specifically to, obviously, this environment, Matt, we'll be able to reach a lot more people with this online platform that we would not have potentially been able to reach in person even. So can you talk a little bit about the importance of extending this to the broader audience, and how you're looking at that?
Yeah, no, it's super important that, when we look at this investment, I went to the business and said, hey, virtual is not going anywhere for a while. And even once the physical shows come back, virtual is still going to be a component. So we need to think differently about how we're going to attack this, so that we can make sure that we're putting ourselves out there in the best light, and be able to show what we need to show and communicate in these communities. Because as you said, we're not successful without the show being successful and without the attendees coming, right? So if that doesn't happen, none of us get what we need. And so we're trying to make sure that we're doing our part and pulling our weight. And the way I look at it this year is, we're giving everybody a break, right? There's no more sore feet. You don't have to walk a mile down I-Drive and maybe get a questionable dinner, right? You're going to be able to, view all of this from the privacy of your home office, whatever, and consume it at your leisure, right? And because you all have been so gracious to extend the period of time that this is going to be up event after the first 4 days, it's a resource that you can go back to. And that's how I'm looking at it, right? Is I created this resource because we're inspired by you, and we want to inspire you, the NKBA members as well. And so it's important to be a part of the community. That's the way I look at it.
That's nice, Matt. I actually long for the sore feet and the ability to walk the show.
Hey, I get it. We'd all love to be there, you know?
I love it. I mean, I want to go to bed with my feet so tired, but that'll 2022. But because it's not a physical show, where people can pop by, you know, as they're walking by, they see you booth, oh, I'm going to stop in there. There has to be another way to draw the people in. So how are you handling engagement with the attendees and tracking them to click onto your booth?
Sure. So yeah, you're right. I mean, it's difficult when you're not between the entrance and the bathroom or the entrance and the food court, right? They're not just going to stop in. And so, you know, when I looked at this early on, I said, hey, one, we need to make sure we're being a part of this vibrant community, participating in the areas that we need to. We need to make sure we've got a huge presence on social, which is, you know, an area that, quite honestly, we were a little weak on in the past, and we're getting so much better at it. I mean, I'm so proud of the team and what they're being able to pull together and put out there. And so I felt like as long as we were doing those things, and then we would get a large part of the population, but then the other part is, you know, we've had a long-standing relationship with you. We've got a database of all of the leads that we've generated over the years, and we've reached out to those people as well and sent them information and invites, you know, into this community, so that they understand that we're here and we're here to support them, and, you know, we're a part of the show. So really, we're trying to show up everywhere we can.
That's awesome. You know, in our conversation when we were first talking about this panel, we talked about the fact we're all going to be better for this because, like you said, your social is better now. Our virtual is better now. There's so many things we've learned that are just going to make this all better for us on the long haul, because the virtual component now is not going to go away. You know, we're always going to have that virtual camp. So this question is really for the both of you. KBIS is not just about having a booth at the show, whether it's in person or whether even it's its virtual component. But both of your companies have made very deliberate choices over the years about engagement and involvement with various different programs and events like the Bash or chapter officer training, or which you have both sponsored and been very generous, are submitting for best at KBIS, are participating in media tours, are the next stage. So what have you learned, and what are some of the elements that have contributed to your success at KBIS? And then ultimately with the kitchen and bath community, and especially where can our viewers find you both at KBIS this year? And Patty, I'm going to start with you.
Okay. You know, you're right. Over the years, we caught on very quickly that being a part of NKBA was where we needed to be. You guys are our family. And like Bill said earlier, we've traveled together between our conferences in Mexico, our trips to Spain with both of you, with your board. One of our commitments that we did in the past was we really tried to engage our 50 showrooms across the country to be involved locally with the NKBA chapters. And that has been something that is crucial for us, because we believe that as much as we can be involved nationally is important, but then on the local level, it's key. And so that has been something that we've engaged with and we're excited about, and we love being close to the community on a local level. As far as, you know, the Bash, I think it's important to say that we had so much fun planning and doing and being part of that night. And that's the only thing we're not going to be able to relive this year, because it's very hard to have a Bash virtually, even though there's been some really successful happy hours out there that we may just have to try. But I promise you that NKBA and Cosentino will definitely be throwing a huge bash to make up for it next year. And as far as our how you can find us, you know, it's easy because you all, NKBA, have made it so simple for the KBIS show for us to come together, and anyone can go in, look at our brand, look up any of our brands or the Cosentino name and find us. and it will take you directly to our site. And one thing that Cosentino has done is, as I mentioned earlier, we have not been able to take all 500 salespeople to KBIS at once. This year, we're taking all 500 people to KBIS. Every one of our reps has a slotted time and an opportunity to be part of the show. So wherever you live and any local chapter that you're at, if you want to talk to someone or if you want to just say hello to your rep, you can at the Cosentino booth.
Awesome. Well, maybe that'll be fuel for a great sales contest. Get everybody all excited to really come to the real deal next year in Orlando.
That's a great idea.
That's my job idea. So Matt, how about you?
Yeah, I mean, I think Patty hit the nail on the head there. Really, it's about engaging at the local and national levels, which we do. So we try to make sure that we've got members that are involved in the local chapters and taking the lead there, and then doing what we can at the national level and supporting the show and everything else. And like I said earlier, it's about being inspired by the members, but then also trying to make sure that we're trying to inspire and inform everyone else as well, right? And get our products out there just like Patty is, right? And everyone else. And as far as where you can find us, I mean, this year, we've got the Design Bites, we've got the Connected Living Pavilion, we're up on the KBIS Next Stage, and of course, you can find us at any of our booths. You can find us under GE Appliances, Monogram, GE Profile, Cafe, Hire, Hot Point. You can look under Air and Water and Smart HQ as well. So
it's great. Thanks to both of you. This has been terrific. I hope you can stay with us for a few extra moments because I think we have a couple questions. Julie, can you let me know what we received or what you have for us?
Sure. Patty actually just answered one of them. So thank you, Patty, for that, for being proactive, asking about will brand reps be available to answer questions live or in a timely manner. So thank you for referencing that. But one of the other questions was about all of the activities. What's the best way to make sure that we see the daily events and activities? Suzie, can you share some tips on how people should look at the show?
I would start with first go register for the show at kbisconnect.com, and then you'll receive an email that you then go back in and verify and get your login, and then go and reference the KBIS agenda that you'll find on kbisconnect.com, and then save your seat. Save your seat is like registering for an event, but it's just saving a seat, and then you can attend any of these events. And there's most all of the events, with the exception of the conference, all of the events are part of your registration. And I think you should, in order to maximize your experience, you should go in early, maybe go in over the weekend before the show. Make sure that you see what's on the agenda because it is really robust. We have a lot of very interesting things going on. We tried to make sure that all of what we consider the coolest things that go on at the show are going to be available to people. We don't want anybody to miss it. So go into and check the agenda out on kbis.com, kbisconnect.com, I'm sorry, and plan your day.
Julie, I think that's all for the questions. Patty was so kind enough to share a recap of last year's event, which will make us sad for a moment, but look forward to 22 when we do get back in person. But obviously, please take a moment to register. We'll talk about that a little bit more in a minute, but let's go share your video.
when you call me. It's a kind of go. I hear it running.
Yes, yes,
Oh,
we will
that
get,
makes me
we'll get back there. Don't worry, we will. Thank you for sharing that. This has been great. We're about out of time. Thank you so much, Patty Dominguez of Cosentino, Matt Jones of GE Appliances. Very excited to see your booth in a little more than a week. And thanks again to our sponsor, Deep Drawer, digital marketing specialist focused on building business in the remodeling sector. Deep Drawer has generously offered a free digital competitive analysis to NKBA members. To request yours, just visit deepdrawer.com/NKBA. This coming Monday, February 1st, I'm going to be live on CNBC to discuss NKBA's 2021 market outlook at, unfortunately, 5:40 a.m. Never pass up the opportunity, but if you're up bright and early, please tune in, or you could always set your DVRs. This research report, which just came out, is complimentary to NKBA members and is available now at nkba.org/research. Before we go, one more reminder, there's still time to register for the show. It's easy and free to NKBA members, so click on the kbisconnect.com and sign up today. We look forward to seeing you at KBIS Virtual, February 9th to the 12th, or their opening celebration on February the 8th. We'll see you then.